Sadnam Namaste. So you may be feeling extremely frustrated at this time with your inability to let go of the past and move forward in your life. You know, you may have done a lot of work already in letting go of the past, and still it's there. So for example, you may sincerely want to let go of a past relationship, and yet you catch yourself thinking about it, experiencing past memories just popping up out of nowhere, or intense buried emotions rising to the surface, like anger or sadness or grief. So there's nothing wrong with you. This is part of the process right now that we're all going through. It's a very deep, profound letting go. This evolutionary energy is forcing what is not you out from deep within the unconscious. And we truly learn who we are from the other in the context of relationships. So for example, if you were not your authentic self in a past relationship, you will have buried emotions come up to be felt. These emotions really don't have anything to do with that other person. It's all about you. So for example, if you harbor a lot of anger towards your past partner, it really means that you're angry at yourself. You're angry at betraying your authentic self. So remember that the real you, the authentic self, is unraveling itself from conditioning very, very quickly. And you are changing very rapidly. And it doesn't matter if you're conscious of this or not. You may experience 3 or 4 states of being just in one day. You may wake up feeling optimistic. Mid-morning, you start to feel a little bit depressed. And in the evening, feeling hopeless and in despair. So these states of being really have nothing to do with your external circumstances. You could be in a room alone and experience all of this. In some ways, it's less about I need to let go of the past and more about I must surrender to the magnitude of this evolutionary change. So you are forming a deep, intimate relationship with your soul, with your divine self. And everything that is standing in between this relationship must leave. So here are 5 ways to let go of the past. So number 1, choosing to hold on to an old identity. When you find yourself holding on to the past, it is really the ego trying to hold on to an old identity that you've outgrown. So for example, the ego will hold on to the glory days when you had that fancy title within a corporation. You made lots of money and were in charge of many employees. This is true even if that identity was victim. When you were in a relationship where you felt used and abused, this is the ego's attempt to keep you from your destiny. It is best to go into the space of no identity. You are much bigger than the roles that you play in life. Number 2, the ego loves lobbing bombs. The ego, when faced with letting go, prefers to remain in anger. It will bolt and then lob bombs from afar, making that person wrong and blame them for everything. The ego will take no responsibility for your part in the demise of the relationship. Remember, it takes 2 people to slam dance. And resist the urge to stay in anger. That's where the ego wants you to be. Because underneath that anger lies a mother lode of sadness and grief. This is where catharsis and healing is. It's simply a matter of feeling all the emotions. So commit to stay with the emotions without reaction or distraction. This releases the deep sadness, which is truly, truly letting go. Number 3, guilt. Guilt can be a huge block to letting go. If you feel guilty, leaving your marriage, for example, it may be showing you that you have betrayed your higher consciousness and shirked your responsibility by breaking your commitment. Or it could be showing you that you haven't yet learned the lesson from that relationship. Either way, guilt is telling you, hold up, not so fast. There's some unfinished business here. So explore this feeling of guilt, especially if you can't seem to fully transcend it. Number 4, fear of moving forward. When your ego continually brings up the past, it is a signal too that you're afraid of moving forward into your future. The past is known, the future is unknown. This is a matter of transferring your trust from your ego to your higher self. It is your inner light that is guiding you forward, and you don't need to Google anything. It can be found at any time right there inside you. So reframe when you catch yourself thinking about the past. This is not about the past at all. It means that I'm afraid of making the next step. You know, what is needed right now in this moment? And wait for your inner voice, which will guide you to the next step. And then you'll feel this surge of energy again. And number 5, take action. Action is the language of the Aquarian age. The universe loves grand gestures. These actions communicate that you mean business. So start to look around your living space at each object. What memories do they invoke? What emotions come up? Are these things moving you forward in your evolution, or are they holding you back? And then go deeper into the big kahuna blocks, which are closets, under the bed, attics, the garage, and storage units. In the Aquarian age, there's no room to bring the baggage of the past. And you can start to clear that out on the physical realm. Okay, be sure to subscribe to the channel, Catalyst Yogi, by clicking the link. And here's a link to Kundalini Yoga and meditation to release the past. And be sure to check out the catalystyogi.com website for other ways that I can help and serve you to transition into this Aquarian age. Sat Nam.